season's still just getting started. We're off in week 3. Sims now on the return. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. So here come the Texans for their opening drive. And it's their 5th-year quarterback leading the charge.
Katie certainly produced a lot of highlights last week, but he gave the defense a couple as well on those interceptions. And I don't care how many touchdowns as a quarterback you throw in a game, you turn it over a couple times at a loss, put your defense out there a few more times, those moments you remember. And what should really be driving him to get the win this week.
Caught, nice game left side. That one goes for 31 yards and a first down when all is said and done.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Following that last play, want to keep that pedal down. 1st and 10 from the 45. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5.
At the 39-yard line.
From the 39. Short pass brought in. And they take him down right along the 30. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
They bring the tight end in motion. Throwing from the gun. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. Trying again, following the sack. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Whistles sound as the defense decides to call timeout. Here he is on 3rd and long. Gets out of trouble. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
That was a situation where he got the time in the pocket he needed. There just wasn't anyone open to throw it to. It got to the point he had 2 choices as that clock is going off in his head. Force a throw and risk a pick, or just get rid of it and cut your losses on the play.
And that's out. We're just waiting for the spots. They're going to say it cleared the sideline over top the 14. So here comes the Jaguar offense now. Their turn to set out on an opening drive. Bringing them out to 4th overall pick in 2023 out of Florida, a super athlete at quarterback, Anthony Richardson.
Hey, it wasn't a banner game he had last week, stuffed in the stat sheet, but still one that falls squarely into the good territory. Had a couple touchdowns to make up for the 1 interception, and his effort was enough to be one of the pillars in their win, and certainly some momentum to build on today.
And he's taken down here at the 16-yard line. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 16. That's Hill working the sideline, complete. And he gets it up close to the 25 before he's out of bounds. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. Lone back gets the handoff. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
Richardson now on 1st and 10. This one's taken in by Hill. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. One of the tight ends motioning right. Hand off on 2nd and short. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Got his target. It's Hill. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
On the shotgun, it's Richardson. That is caught by Brian Thomas Jr. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
First down, Jaguars.
Richardson now. Finds him over the middle. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
They'll throw again. Richardson. Complete out to the right. And he's brought down at the line.
It was as if the defense knew what play was coming. That was a play they knew they could defend, and boy, did they ever, stopping it right at the line of scrimmage.
3rd and short yardage here, Richardson. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Working inside the red zone. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Richardson. Catch is made in close. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. Well, whether he stays the go-to guy the entire game remains to be seen, Brock, but no doubt about it on that opening drive. He was the star. Bunch of catches and a touchdown to begin this one.
Yeah, Kate, I think it's twofold. Number one, this guy, you just know, you want to get that engine started because when it revs hot, big things happen for this offense. Number two, you felt like there were people there you could pick on defensively. And this defense better find some answers for this playmaker.
That one right down the middle. And the Jaguars will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Jaguars ready to send this downfield, and away it goes. Here's a return from the 7. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Now we'll see the Houston offense for their second drive of the contest. They aren't even quite sure what this team is going to settle in as this season, Brock, but already this is an important contest for them that could have postseason implications down the line. Here's Breece Hall on the ground for the first time. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
And that falls incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. So that brings up 2nd down.
He was defended by Christian Gonzalez.
Now looking to throw. That's caught. It's Breece Hall. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. It's a gain of 12 there. And the Texans are going to have a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
They're throwing it. Fits it through the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Still sticking with the passing game. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense.
Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
When nothing opens up, that becomes a pretty clear throwaway spot. I mean, that is textbook throwaway spot right there, Kate. Get outside the box, chuck it into the 3rd row, and avoid exactly what happened right there. Because now 3rd down is so much harder.
And he's brought down at the 17-yard line.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow. Anytime you start sniffing that red zone and you don't score 6, you only come away with 3 points, not what you were looking for on the call sheet.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Second drive coming up for the Jacksonville offense. And it's an interesting game for both they and their rivals across from them, Brock, getting a key division matchup so early in this season. First down throw here from Richardson. Completed over the middle. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's a Jaguar first down. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. That's Hill on the slant. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. One quarter down in this all AFC South. Back for the second quarter. It's Jaguar football. They're looking at 3rd and 6 here. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. It's tipped away and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down.
I'm just going to say maybe not the guy you want to pick on in coverage on this particular series. Gets a hand on that throw and knocks it away. The next time, well, he could get 2 hands on it and take it the other way.
Houston's offense back out now, ready to go. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. He locates Adonai Mitchell. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. Shotgun snap, a give to Hall. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. That one gains 7. And it sets up a Houston first.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. And some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
To throw here on 1st down. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Jaguars take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. Well, we all know, Brock, those slot guys start piling up receptions, and that makes them a priority target for the defense.
Yep.
They kept someone nearby, and they pick off that check down.
Yeah, if a play breaks down in today's football, like back in my day, last century, right, you checked it down to the running back. That's not the case anymore. These slot receivers, well, they're as big a security blanket as running backs are, but the defenses, to your point, Kate, they figured it out too. And that defense, well, they didn't just figure it out in their head. They went out and executed with their bodies to take it away.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. On first down, it's Richardson. A quick throw is swatted away, incomplete.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
Richardson now on 2nd and 10. Dump off caught by his back. And he's brought down for a loss.
That pass, it did put him in a position where he had to shake a defender. That's all you want. Give me a one-on-one. He is capable of doing it, but not against that dude. That defender could not be shook, and he knocked him back across the line.
Bails out of the pocket quick. And this one doesn't go far.
Just not much to do right there, whether he wanted to run it or throw it. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win for this defense.
And the Jaguars sending out the field goal unit. This from the right hash and a considerable distance. And this one had a brief chance, but not a good kick in the end. He misses it. And a 4-point lead, it shall remain.
Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
Now we get a look at this Texans offense. They are coming off their first interception of the game. This drive now a chance to rebuild some confidence. The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down. Connects on the crosser. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. And even 20 yards on the play, and it awards them with a 1st and goal.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
That's much too high and out of the end zone, incomplete. And that throw doesn't lead to 6. It's 2nd and goal. They'll throw it again. He brings it in. And he gets back to the line, but no more.
You know, Kay, that is the epitome of trust right there. Right, when the ball is let out of his hands, I think everybody on the sidelines in the stadium went, because you throw it in double coverage. And you may question the decision, but it's tough to challenge it when it produces results like that.
And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it, it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short. Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Things trim back down to a single point, Brock, as they send this off and away. Starting from the 5. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Jaguars and Tyreek Hill headed back out on offense. And unless the coverage adjusts to slow him down, Brock, he's going to be busy and a productive target for them throughout the rest of this contest. Putting the tight end in motion. Richardson now on 1st and 10. He's got a man left. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Kaiir Elam getting there for the stop. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. From the 34. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
It's looking like a dreaded 3-and-out offensively, but listen, if you can't keep your quarterback clean and upright, you're going to need some magic, big-time magic, to convert on this 3rd and long.
Let's see what they went with on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down.
3rd and long, and that coordinator decides to dial up the pressure, and they get to the quarterback. You know why I love this call, Kate? It's not just because of the aggressive makeup, but you really dictate to that offense. 3rd and extra long is a great time to blitz, because either you get home like that, or the ball's got to come out way short of the sticks. Job well done defensively.
So no return on that punt. And it's going to be Texans football. Here come the Texans as they get set to take over on offense. And they settled for a chip shot field goal last time, Brock. You got to think they want to be able to finish it off and reach the end zone here. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. He gets 6 on that play. And it sets up a Houston 1st. Hall takes it straight ahead. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. They gain 14 on the play. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Trying to throw here out of the gun. Gets this one to Harrison. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
From the red zone now. He's got it! And he's going to be touched down about 3 yards shy of the marker. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. So from the 3, here's 2nd and goal. Going power with a big tight end. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. We've hit the 2-minute warning now at NRG. And it's the Texans looking at 3rd and 4. Pass play coming here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. The defense calls a timeout. So that's their 1st. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. For the 3rd time today, we see them setting up for a field goal. This only a chip shot from the right hash. Smith able to put it through. And that's going to give them the lead.
Give him the first half trifecta. He's 3 for 3 on field goals. And as much as they'd like 6 points to end drives, not 3, they can at least be happy they're getting consistent looks inside field goal range, and he's delivering.
His return starts at the 5. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. After that return, he's looking pretty banged up out there. We're going to have a stoppage as team personnel comes out to look at him. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Rolling from the pistol, Richardson. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Richardson now. Got his target. It's Hill. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. Finds him over the middle. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. They'll throw again. Richardson. Flushed out of the pocket. He tucks it and takes off. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
This is reeled in by Wilson. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Now Richardson to throw. That's Thomas. He's got it. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. Now a timeout called by the Jaguars. That's their 3rd. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. They bring Wilson in motion right. 1st down throw here from Richardson. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. It's halftime here in Houston, with the Texans enjoying the lead at the break. Now we'll head over to Orlando, Florida. Check in with Jonathan Coachman for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll get started up at Lucas Oil Stadium in the capital city of Indianapolis. And it's the Colts on top as that one approaches halftime. Isaiah Pacheco with a touchdown run. From there, we head down south to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Finally, let's get to Silicon Valley to check on the 49ers at home at Levi Stadium. And they were losers in that game as they fall to the visiting Detroit Lions. Caleb Williams leading the way with a couple of touchdown passes in the victory. Both these teams ready for the fight ahead. We're ready to get back to it as well. And to do just that, we'll hand it back over to Kate and Brock.
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the 3rd quarter. Starting from the 5. And this drive will start inside the 25. Jacksonville has its offense out there to start this 3rd quarter. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. They send the tight end in motion left. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. Completed over the middle. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. Just Just a single yard, but that's going to be enough to move the chains. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. They send a tight end in motion. Short pass brought in. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Finds his man over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Richardson back to throw. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Motioning left is Thomas. On 1st down, it's Richardson. Throw wheeled in by Thomas. We'll head out of bounds after a small gain. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Hey, look, any run of this size is going to wound the defense. But you get this game going right up the heart of their defense, you start to break their will and break their pride.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. All right, here we go. 2nd down. He goes back to him yet again. Complete. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Throwing now, Richardson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
My goodness, was that some kind of speed off the edge. There's only a handful of tackles in this league that have the lateral movement to stay in front of an end like that. It may be time for this quarterback to start mixing up his cadence, his count, certainly making sure this defensive end can't get off the way that he has. Here in the 3rd quarter, he gets a chance to make up for the miss on his 1st attempt of the game. This time, well, he is totally dialed in, and he gets this one to count.
Sims now on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Texans ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. 1st and 10, they're going to throw. It is caught left side. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. 2nd and 3 now.
2nd and 3 at the 33-yard line.
From the gun, it's Hall. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. And that goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a 1st down. Markers reset, ball at the 37.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
1st down, and they go right back to it. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Looking for a throw here. Catch made over the middle. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
That's caught for the 1st. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 28 out of that play. And it's It sets up a Houston first.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
1st and 10 now from the 30. He's going to throw this one. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Complete over the middle. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. Throwing from the gun here. He sends this one to the end zone. And he's there to send that one away incomplete.
Well, that was all about the eyes. You've got to read the quarterback's eyes as a defender and make sure you know where that throw is going. And when it does, you got to react and knock it away. That is well done.
Now this one, not much of a chance of it staying in the field of play. They'll mark it out at the 13-yard line. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. And he has kept his pace up in the 2nd half. His quarterback more than happy to keep throwing it his way, considering what he's been able to do with his looks all game. Richardson now on 1st and 10. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville 1st down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
1st and 10 now from the 30. Richardson. He's got it over the middle. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. They'll send him over right. From the 34. Escapes the pocket. He takes it himself. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
When a play breaks down, every once in a while, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on that ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that one.
Tight end in motion left. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. That one's complete over the middle. And they make the tackle at the 38. 3 quarters in the books from this one. It's Jaguars football with a slight lead. New set of downs for him at the 38. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
It's a gain of 17 yards. 1st down, Jacksonville.
To throw, Richardson. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They motion the tight end over. Here we go, 2nd and 9. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down. Running back sent in motion. Complete beyond the marker. Touchdown, Jacksonville. PAT effort coming up. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Jaguars grow their lead to 8.
Texans 9.
The Jaguars ready to send this downfield, and away it goes. Sims now on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. Out now come the Texans on offense. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. Taken in by Harrison. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Okay, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes, just like that.
Following that completion, medical staff headed out for an injured player. We'll see what the nature of his injury is. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Hall running between the tackles. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
Second and 6.
They go right back to Hall. And a little space is all he needed to reach that 35-yard line. Give him 5 yards to bring up a manageable 3rd and 1.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Dropping back to throw. He has the first over the middle. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. Give him 8 yards on the play. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Play action on 1st down. He's throwing deep to the left side. Taking the deep shot there on 1st down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Now they'll throw out of the gun. He's on the move. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
You know, one thing I noticed, Kate, coaching youth football, everybody wants their kid to play quarterback. That is, until they get knocked to the mat. And that's now 5 sacks in this game, let alone the number of times the quarterback's been flushed as well. Not everybody is built to play quarterback.
3rd and long for him here. Escapes the pocket. He's running for it. How about that play, Brock? On 3rd and 14, they find a way to convert.
As much as you like to find a completion and get the ball out of your hands, when a play breaks down, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on his ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that.
And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3. 2nd down now, 7 to go.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's on the move. And he's tackled for a short gain.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock. You know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
From the gun on 3rd down. And he makes the catch on the sideline. Oh, but they call it out of bounds. This close to 6. Zach Taylor decisive. He's got the challenge flag out there.
The previous play is under review.
Well, we can see he made the catch. He definitely has possession. But did both of those feet hit down in the end zone?
Yeah, get that zoom button ready to go. Get the magnifying glass. Was there any green right between his feet and that end line? That's what they're going to be looking for in the replay booth.
So the decision to throw that challenge flag works out well for Zach Taylor.
The Texans will line up for
He's throwing for it! And the call to go for it not rewarded as the pass falls incomplete. Well, they took their shot at the tie, but they'll need to manufacture another score in the time remaining now as that two-point try is unsuccessful.
It becomes a little bit tougher to punch it in for two when that defense knows what's on the line, too. That's a spot where their hand was forced after the touchdown. They had to do their best to surprise them with the call. Easier said, Kate, than done.
We're down to a 2-point difference as they send the kick away. His return starts at the 5. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The Jaguars and Anthony Richardson headed back onto the field. And this is some quality film review right here. Look at this. Couple of touchdowns, good amount of yards, too. He's been moving them down the field like only he can, putting together quite the game for himself in the process. They've got first down from the 31. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. Hauled in left side. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
Small pass, big result. This dude is just a juggernaut with the football, and once he gets rolling, it gets tougher and tougher and tougher to stop him from playing add-on with those yards.
2nd and 3. Short pass brought in. And he'll get it up to the 44. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
And the Jaguar first down.
Running it now out of the gun. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
At the 44-yard line.
Now there's the flag. Looks like the jump came from the left side of the line.
Ball start. Offense.
There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost him 5 yards. So things getting a bit tougher following that penalty. We've got 2nd and 15. Off the play fake, here's Richardson. They did it! He made the interception! Kyer Elam makes the play. Well, we both saw what he was doing, Brock. Trying to work the sideline there, but I don't think he ever saw the corner sitting back and just waiting to break on that throw.
And that's what the good ones do. They use the sideline to their advantage. It really becomes the 12th defender on the field. The elite corners in this league, they'll play to it. They'll bait those quarterbacks to making that throw, and then they'll close fast and take that ball away.
The Houston offense out and ready to set up shop. The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. Completed over the middle. And he takes it across midfield and into Jaguars territory. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
Now 2nd and 6 at the Jaguars 46-yard line.
From the 46. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and out 3rd down.
Yards to go.
Looking to throw. Makes the grab in bounds, left side. It is in. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans take a 4th-quarter lead. It's an Adnan Mitchell touchdown. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
One after try, good by Reichert. And the Texans jump in front now by 5. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Fielded at the 7. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Jaguars headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. On first down, it's Richardson. Got a man, it's Thomas. And this one does not go far.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush your passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Slot man in motion right. From the 30 on second down. Fits it through the middle. And he's officially into enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. It's a gain of 22. And that's a Jaguar first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning left for them. We've got first and 10. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. That takes us to the 2-minute warning in Houston. Jaguars trailing by 5. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. They'll throw again. Richardson throwing the out route complete. And he gets it down to the 35 before stepping out. Still on the move, coming to the line for first and 10. Setting up to pass. Has it at the 7. And they're going to take this in for the Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars jump in front late. Tyreek Hill the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know what kind of game we're going to get. This one's been everything you could have wanted. And now, even though they've taken the lead, there's still enough time on that other sideline for them to go mount a response.
Back to throw. And he brings it in. That makes this a field goal game now. Oh, it's a favorite of NFL teams and armchair quarterbacks alike, partner. The quick slant. It is so tough to defend that close to the goal line. And this time, it works for 2.
It sure is. It's one of those plays that I think Bart Starr was running in the 60s, that slant route.
Whoa.
When you incorporate it with the threat of a fade as well, that's when it becomes so effective. That you get inside that DB, you show the quarterback your numbers, it's almost automatic for a 2-point conversion.
The Texans are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. First and 10 now from the 30. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And it sets up a Houston first. Escapes the pocket. He can run it. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. Prior to first down, they decide to call a timeout. Here he is to throw. He completes it in traffic. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play.
A gain of 5 brings up second and 5.
He'll look to throw it. That's going to be caught by Mitchell. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Signals, and looks like we've got a timeout before that first down play. Still one more in their pocket to use. To the line for a new set of downs. Only a lone timeout at their disposal. Pass play on first and 10. Finds him over the middle. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. The clock rolls as the Texans try to hurry their offense to the line.
at the 22.
From the 22 on second down. Brought in right side. And he gets this forward to the 19. First down from the red zone. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down. A lot of pressure on this kick for Will Reichert. The Jaguars are going to call their first time out. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. A familiar sight in this contest, Brock. He's out there again for another field goal try. Ball on the right hash for this 36-yard look. Looking good, and it's through. And inside the final minute, they've tied this up.
These are the moments, Kate, when you realize how valuable a clutch kicker is. When he's the only guy out there and everybody relying on him. And he delivers.
From a couple of yards deep, this is going to come out. This return makes it up to the 25. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. And a timeout's called. We'll have likely just a final play. Only 6 seconds remaining in this one. Richardson now on 1st and 10. Now a deep shot down the middle. He's got it inside the 25. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain. So as we go through this coin toss, Brock, I'm sure most of our fans know it, but this is something that can decide the game. If the team who gets it first scores a touchdown, the game is over. But if they only kick a field goal, their opponent gets it with a shot to win or tie. And if we play beyond those 2 possessions, the next score would then win. And hopefully this conclusion will be just as exciting as our opening 4 quarters. The kick is away here in overtime. Starting from the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. This offense making its way back out now. They couldn't quite get the job done in regulation, but the home crowd rising now to fire them up and help them finish the job right away in OT. First throw of overtime now. Complete over the middle. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. It's a pickup of 11. And the Texans are going to have a first down. Here's Hall on the give. And he's brought down after a short gain. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's Hall once more. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of about 3, so a third of what they needed. 3rd and 6 coming up. Before the snap, some early movement. Let's see which side gets tagged with the penalty.
Encroachment. Defense.
So he jumped too early, and that's going to cost him 5 yards.
Still 3rd down.
After the penalty, 3rd and a yard coming up. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Complete beyond the marker. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day 1 install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas, angle route. 49ers of the 80s, they were making hay with it then, and the running back's still doing it to this day.
Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Completed over the middle. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Oh, big interception here. Space on the right, and he's got room. And he makes the Mets go. It's a touchdown on the pick six. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
So the Jaguars, the visitors in this one, but they take home the win. And in overtime, it was their defense who actually came up with the heroics, not by making a stop, but by being the ones to score that game-ending touchdown. What an unexpected and exciting way to conclude this incredible ball game. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. It's a win for the Jaguars, as we'll see you next time from Houston.